Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here. Welcome to my review for Kamen Rider Gavv episode 20. So this was a good episode, but it wound up even being better than I thought. Like, as the episode was going, I figured I knew where it was going. I'm like, this is a pretty solid episode, kind of still feels like a little in-betweener. And then the ending really surprised me because I didn't expect it to end the way it did. But to start off, this dude is still missing. I keep forgetting that this character is missing. I feel like it's been 3, 4, 5 episodes now, and every week they're like, this dude's still missing, and I keep forgetting about it. And then all kinds of way exciting, more important things happen where if they never find this guy again, I honestly couldn't care less, but I just found it funny that, like, at the top of the last couple episodes, they bring up that they're still looking for this guy, and then I just get completely distracted. So the main thing you have in this episode is Gavv and Vram working together. And so you have Shouma taking Lage out to show him people that are looking for their missing families, mainly, of course, this guy that's been missing, which is probably the reason they kept him missing, but showing him, like, the people that you're kidnapping are experiencing the same pain as you. I thought it was a really effective scene because it's an interesting perspective because, you know, so often in Rider, the main villain group is usually a handful of just evil monsters, but Granite is a whole civilization that's also being wronged by the evil members of their civilization. So it was interesting to see him actually draw that parallel and give reasoning to it. I thought it was effective and well done. And they decide to break into Stomach Inc., which I thought had some really nice kind of spy feeling scenes. A really interesting scene where Shouma's kind of having flashbacks, some of which we've seen before, but one where it seems that Hanto's mother was helping him. I got confused for a split second, like an idiot, thinking, oh my god, are both their moms named Martha? Do they have the same mom? But no, it just seemed like she was at the facility helping him. That was very interesting. Really nice little nugget of another mystery while we had other stuff going on. And then, what I believe her name is, Grotto shows up and attacks them as they're saving everyone, and they team up to fight. Also, I don't remember where this was slotted in, but at some point, he is given his power-up. Vram's given the power-up of the new jelly form, so he uses that in battle. So we see them fighting together. We get the debut of the jelly form, which is a pretty simple form, kind of a recolor slash, like, remold, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Something interesting about it I didn't expect was it has consequences, like its ability is to become, like, invisible, and then you become permanently invisible, and then you're stuck in the Black Dino Thunder suit, and then you have to face all of your past rangers. Huge consequence. You become invisible, and the consequence is it like attacks your heart. The heart, Norman! Go for the heart! And it says that every time it does that. It's weird. But that was interesting. I'm curious what the purpose of that is, meaning, like, is it gonna have larger pot? Is it gonna be pot? Is that the new drug after Dark Treats? Is it gonna have larger consequences? Or is it just to, like, nerf this form so he can't use it all the time? Could be a little bit of both, but I thought that was an interesting little twist on what I thought would be a simple ability form thing. Not to mention, honestly, I can't think of very many second and third Rider power-ups that had consequences. I'm sure there's some, but off the top of my head. But usually it's that, like, middle-of-the-road form that, like, turns the main rider evil or exhausted or whatever, and so they have to give justification to the slight evolution. But it's rare for an ability form to have consequences like that, especially for a third rider, which I just thought was interesting. So then, we get to the big reveal of the episode, because Hanto does wake up, he goes to help him, I think he assumes that Vram is also fighting against Shouma. When he gets there, he sees they're fighting together. It comes across very, very dramatic, and then you have the big reveal, where Grotto reveals in front of both Hanto and Vram that he's a member of the Stomach family. So it was a dual reveal. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't expect the reveal to happen in this episode. I thought the reveal was just going to be that he was working with Vram. Next episode was going to be the why the hell are you working with this guy? And Shouma was going to use the proof of Vram, you know, doing this for a noble cause, that he was misunderstood, that granites experience pain like us humans. And then Hanto would be like, you know, why are you pushing so hard for this? And then maybe the episode after that, we would get to the reveal. I didn't expect it to happen here because I thought they would milk that particular drama with him working with Vram and him not understanding why Shouma would work with Vram. But I also didn't expect the dual reveal of, you know, Vram finding out about him being the Stomach family member, which I hope they don't drag that out in a way. I feel like maybe it'll give him pause. I'm going to contradict myself here in a minute because there's an aspect of Vram's storyline I wish wasn't as rushed, but this particular element, I just don't want him to irrationally start hating on Shouma for this, which seems like pretty small. Like, yeah, he's a member of the family that caused it, but he's also been clearly helping. Like, if this reveal had come out to Vram before Shouma and him had successfully broken in, I could see him thinking this is a trick or something. But I hope we don't linger on that too long, especially since I think there's going to be a good amount of drama with Hanto hating Shouma for a minute. Unless they're going for a whole, like, Gavv's kind of on his own type of arc where everyone's kind of abandoned him. I don't know. But that was a twist I didn't see coming. I like it, though. I like that they didn't drag it out. I think there could have been some interesting stuff there with him wondering why he'd be working with Vram and pushing for Granite's being good so hard. But that's kind of predictable stuff I can all play out in my head, and the fact that it happened so quickly and with Vram there was really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I hope they don't resolve the Hanto stuff too quickly, but I hope they don't linger on the Vram stuff, you know, too long in terms of him being betrayed by Shouma or something like that, because he seems pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. Like, both times when he appealed to him when he was fighting him, and then this week when he first said, like, why are you showing me this stuff? He listened. Like, usually Toku characters won't listen, and they'll just be irrational and fly off the handle. So I think that he's rational enough that I hope that drama doesn't last too long. With that being said, before I touch on the Dark Gavv stuff and all that, I feel weird about the Vram storyline. Like, on one hand, it doesn't necessarily feel rushed in the traditional sense. Like, there's a lot of Toku stories and debuts that you can tell feels really rushed, whether it's to debut the toys or whatever. And from the time we met him till now, it feels pretty well paced. Like, I don't feel it feels rushed in the sense that his motivations don't feel rushed and his change of heart feels rushed. But it does feel kind of fast in a way. Because, like, he only debuted as a civilian, like, 1.5 episodes before he transformed. He had, like, an episode as an antagonist, and now he's already redeemed. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more interesting stuff to come as we see with his reveal, but it all happened pretty quickly, so it didn't feel rushed in the character department, but it definitely felt rushed in terms of moving past interesting dynamics. Like, I think it would have been cool to have him as this sort of anti-hero presence just for a little bit. I think that was interesting. Kind of like with Sakito and Boom Boonjo. I think they very quickly got rid of what could have been a third-party character, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that. Now, Evil Kiji Brother. So last week he took a sample from Gavv, and I talked about how I thought, oh, he's going to use it to find out he's a granite. What I kind of meant is I didn't know that he knew that he was a hybrid. I think he knew that he was a granite, but I didn't think he knew he was a hybrid. And I just kind of thought that maybe him meeting Shouma and then using this test was going to be what brought everything to Hanto's attention. But apparently he's going to use it based off of the preview next week to clone him and make a clone Dark Gavv. So that should be interesting with everything else going on. But yeah, great episode this week. Like I said, it was still continuing to be a good batch of episodes, but then that ending really knocked it out of the park, where I really did not expect not only the reveal for Hanto to happen so soon, but that kind of double reveal with Vram. It also felt very dramatic, very soapy, kind of reminded me back in the Kiva days where it felt like you're watching a telenovela at the same time. It doesn't have any relationship-y stuff, but you know what I mean. Also, why are they waiting so long for Sachika to find out everything? We're like almost halfway through the series and we have 4 writers now. What are they waiting for? What are you waiting for, huh? Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Awesome Writer, signing out.